3, 2, 1.
Boom, and welcome to the Big Honker podcast brought to you by Pacific Calls. I'm Jeff Stanfield.
I'm Andy Shaver. You kind of left me high and dry there. After
I
fucked
figured-
up the intro,
I figured you were the
Are you
man.
screwing me here?
Nope, but let me tell you a funny story. Last night I was talking to Logan Pyatt.
Yes.
About 10:30, he was talking to me, and all of a sudden he goes, "Oh shit, my wife's coming downstairs. I'll call you tomorrow." Click, love you, bye. Hung up on me. I thought, what the fuck, are you grounded from speaking to me? So I called him today, and he's like, "I'm getting dressed. I'll call you right back." Hadn't heard from him yet.
Oh shit, my wife's coming down the stairs.
I don't know.
He passed his curfew.
I don't know. I just hope he didn't get his backpack stolen. So, anyways,
After that episode,
Yeah.
that's probably why.
our NFL pick'em today, and our guest is probably the Pittsburgh Steelers' greatest fan. Would you not say?
Aside from Stoner.
From Schittsburg, Pennsylvania, Mr. Jacob Britton. Jacob, how are you doing?
Good, boys. Appreciate you having me on.
I tell you, you're a Cowboys fan.
Yeah.
Living in Steeler Nation, right in the middle of it. That's got to make
It's
things
rough.
difficult.
It's rough. These people up here, miserable. Miserable people. Can't stand them. Chip lose every week.
They're miserable people.
You know how I feel about Cowboy fans now because I get to enjoy this. And this hasn't been a lot of fun the last 7 weeks because Dallas really has a good football team. But Dallas will find a way to fuck it up. They always do.
I don't know.
As long as Jerry Jones is owning the team, they'll do something stupid.
Absolutely.
And
I mean, I'm a Cowboys fan, but I'm pretty realistic. And I have been just thinking it's coming soon. Like like last week, Dak's out. I think we're going to lose. I don't know. They'll find some way to let me down. They've been letting me down for 25 years. So.
they've got a really good team. I don't think they can beat the Rams, and I think the Rams picking up Von Miller was a huge move. And I don't think they can beat Tampa Bay, but I think other than in Green Bay, if they're COVID free and all this shit with Aaron Rodgers, who knows? But I think Dallas is a legit number 5 or 6 team in the NFC now.
See,
legit.
I don't agree with you. I think it is 5 teams, and it's a toss-up. It's going to be who's playing the best ball in January. If you told me today that it was okay, let's just play that through. If you told me today that it was the Rams and Cowboys playing in the NFC Championship game, would you be shocked?
No, I wouldn't be.
Would you be shocked if it was the Buccaneers and the Cowboys?
No.
The Packers and the Rams. I mean,
No.
It's 5 teams that you could just say, I could see them in the NFC Championship game, and it would not shock me.
Arizona. I'll be shocked.
I'd be shocked. The last couple weeks.
Kyler Murray looks horrible lately. He looks like Patrick Mahomes does. Same fuck. Oh, goddamn, Cliff Kingsbury, common thread there. Yeah. But he doesn't look good. Patrick Mahomes. I like Patrick Mahomes. I think he's a classy act. I think Kyler Murray's a great guy too. But Patrick Mahomes looks like he's either been reading way too many press clippings, or he just don't have the shit no more. I don't know what the problem is, but he looks horrible.
I mean, for me with the Cowboys this year is I do believe that their defense. I mean, it's still not the best in the league, but it is much better. And they are playing with a different, like the last couple games, we would have lost those games. They would have lost those games for sure. I think Dan Quinn has definitely had a difference, but I don't know. Micah Parsons is a beast. I mean, he should be defensive rookie of the year. If he's not, there's something wrong with the voting process.
He's very good. He's a good, solid football player, and he plays in a good system, the system that fits him real well.
You got Diggs also.
Well, he's not a rookie, though.
But I mean, it's another guy that is.
They lost a linebacker this week that's probably going to hurt them. The other outside guy, he's out for the season, tore his knee up the other night. I can't remember his damn name now. That's how good he is. I can't remember his name, but he was outside starting. The other starting outside linebacker is out for the year now.
Cowboys?
Yep.
Vander Esch?
No.
Wasn't Vander Esch
no.
so good?
He ain't no fucking good anyways. Y'all wouldn't hurt him. He's like losing Jalen Smith. It's the kid that they got that came from Atlanta, I think.
I'm not going to – oh, was it Keanu Neal?
Yes, he's out for the year now.
He's like a safety, isn't he?
He plays outside backer.
He was a safety, and then they made him like an outside linebacker in Dan Quinn's system. So
yeah, he's an important part, though, but he's out for the year now.
I'll tell you what, I couldn't have been happier to see Jalen Smith go to the Packers.
Well,
if I had to watch run around and not tackle anybody all game for another game.
And then he got cut. They released him.
And guess who's talking about re-signing him? Your Dallas Cowboys.
God, I hope
because
I hope it's sell Cokes or popcorn or something because I sure don't want him playing linebacker.
Well, anyways, the Cowboys are a whole lot better, and I don't hate Dallas near as much as I did. I guess I'm getting old, or they've just been shitty for so long that
I feel like you're punching a retard or something, a waterhead at school.
Oh, you can't say the R word, boy. You're going to get Kyle Busch got in trouble for using that language, Andy.
Well, a waterhead.
Yeah, waterhead's okay.
I'll tell you what, after last week, I was just dreading Jeff asking me how I became a Cowboys fan because I didn't want him talking about somebody diddling me for 30 minutes.
No kidding. Like a dog with a bone, he would not get off of that.
Yeah.
And I tried. Listen, my apologies to Logan and his poor wife.
What is poor wife? She didn't do nothing about it.
Now he can't talk to you. He's banished from talking to you.
Maybe that's why. Maybe he is grounded from me. I mean, I'm serious. It was like, oh, shit, my wife's coming down the stairs. I'll call you tomorrow. Love you. Bye.
I think that was it.
I was like, fuck. And then I called him today, and he got off. I'm starting to be kind of hurt by this.
He's grounded. All because of that.
Yeah. I hadn't had nobody not be able to hang out with me since I was, in college. One of my buddies, his parents told me it'd be best if he didn't hang out with me. He'd probably end up in jail. And guess which one of us went to jail?
Him.
Nope, neither one of us, but he should. He's an attorney.
Oh.
He's fucked a lot of people out of shit. His parents had anal sex. They had to. That's the only reason they could have him. This is not going to be safe for you to share with your friends at work now, is it?
Probably not, but that's okay. They've all heard these things before, and I've probably definitely said them. Now, I won't tell my mom I was on a podcast. Let's put it that way.
If it makes you feel better, our numbers grow every week, no matter who's on here. So no matter how bad and vile we get, it seems to grow.
I mean, I'm totally okay with it. My wife laughs at it. She loves you guys in the car. She actually listened to Clay Reed the other day, and she thought it was hilarious. I mean, she's right up there on the degenerate scale with me. So, but she definitely gets a kick out of you guys. So.
I went back and listened to that, and there were times I was like, "Ooh, man, that's a little tough."
Logan just called me.
Did he? Spidey senses went off.
I said, "We're talking about you right now doing a podcast." He'll be like, "Oh fuck." Okay, let's get into this. How did you become a Cowboy fan?
Here it is.
So I grew up in North Carolina, and there were the Redskins and the Falcons, and both of them were just crap. And my uncle actually lived in Dallas. And so when I was very young, I went to a Cowboys game at Texas Stadium. And past that, I've been a Cowboys fan ever since. So, I mean, I cheered for them when they sucked and when they were good. And I've tried to stay with them the last 25 years. It's been tough, though. But
see, you've got the same feeling that I do as a Packer fan. Like, you just the wheels falling off the bus, you know it's coming. It's just win.
Why do you say that? Every year y'all are in the NFC Championship game.
That's when the fucking wheels fall off the bus.
Yeah, but a Cowboy fan can't relate to being in the playoffs hardly at all.
Sure they can. You got the catch from Dez. I mean, there's a bunch of
they got beat. That was the only other time they've been in the playoffs since I think electricity. Well, y'all been in the playoffs 3 times in 25 years. Is that about right?
3, not many.
Yeah.
I mean, the problem with that catch though is while I do think it was bullshit. They left a lot of time for Aaron Rodgers, if that is a touchdown.
Yes.
And with his history of screwing them, that was probably going to go bad for me anyhow. So, I mean, I can't say that, like, again, I'm a very realistic guy. I can't say that wasn't going to go bad. You know, like, he has a lot of history of putting it to them. So,
Frank Gallagher has won a lot of football games in the last part of it.
Yeah, like I said, he looks like he got fired from his job running a tilt-a-whirl and decided to be a quarterback.
He does. So. He looks like hammered shit. Tom Brady still looks like he's 25. Aaron Rodgers looks like he's 65 and on meth.
It's that lie he's been having to keep up all year of being vaccinated. It's taking a toll on him. Mentally.
Yeah, for sure.
I saw some Schittsburg fans complaining today on Twitter about they don't want him to come there now because he lied about his COVID deal. They're full of shit. If he's winning football games, they don't give a fuck if he's walking around with freaking a STD and he's passing it off to everybody on the team. They want to win football games.
Absolutely. They would let Ted Bundy quarterback that team if he win games.
That's exactly right. I think that Devontae Adams and Aaron Rodgers, if they don't stay in Green Bay, end up in Pittsburgh or New Orleans together. And speaking of New Orleans, if I was the owner of the New Orleans Saints, which they have about $17 billion more than I have, I would cut Michael Thomas's ass today. He should have had surgery. If you're making that kind of money, it's kind of like being in the military. Those teams own you. No matter what Colin Kaepernick says about slaves and all that other bullshit that he said about the NFL Combine, if you play and they're paying you that kind of money, they ought to be able to dictate what you do with your body when it comes to having surgeries. The COVID shots, everything. They're paying enough money that if you don't want to play, quit.
I disagree.
Okay, well, you're welcome to. It's America. But Michael Thomas to not play football this year after all the shit he pulled last year, I'd have cut his ass tomorrow. He ain't a team player. And that's why the players always talk about, well, it's just a business. It is a business. And that's why the NFL players cut people and do the shit they do, because of shit just like Michael Thomas. So you don't.
I mean, he is always hurt. He screwed me a couple years in a row on fantasy. So
He screwed me last year. I did a trade for him, and then he screwed one of my buddies this year. He drafted him. Been holding on to him all year long.
You don't think what he did is sorry?
I think what he did is sorry, but I don't think that any organization of any sort can tell you what you're going to do with your body.
If they're paying you $20 million a year, you don't think that's part of it?
Fuck no.
I do.
Why?
Because they're paying you $20 million a year to play football, and use your body.
So no.
They're not asking him to take cocaine.
No.
The Cowboys did that and won some Super Bowls.
I think that no, absolutely not. They should not be the end-all, be-all of what you're going to do with your body. Not even close.
What do you think, Jacob? If you owned a team and you're paying a guy that kind of money to play for you, and he dicks around and don't have a fucking surgery till June when he should have had it in February,
then cut him if you're that mad at him.
That's what I said I would do.
I mean, I would probably cut him, to be honest with you. I mean, here's my thing. They pay those guys a lot of money to play a game. I mean, I don't know. It's tough, though, because, I mean, I guess what reason did he give? I didn't hear what he gave for it, but, I mean, I don't know. I'd probably cut him if he did something that kept him from playing and not being active.
Yeah.
Because, I mean,
he had a setback in his other ankle is what I read. It wasn't even the ankle that they operated on.
You ain't paying him $20 million to be your friend. You're paying him $20 million to play a game and to use his body to do it. If he's not willing to do everything possible to be on that football every week, then cut his ass. You know?
Yeah. The only problem is there's obviously ramifications for them for cutting him, salary cap wise, things like that. I mean, if you could just cut him and be done with him, then I'd say sure, do it. But
I think
problem is the salary cap.
I think every player out there has the option to not play football if they don't want to. But when you sign that contract that you're going to make X amount of dollars, you need to do everything you can possibly do to be able to be on that football field every Sunday. That's what you paid for. It's paid to perform. You know,
but that's a far cry from saying, hey, we have every medical decision of yours from here on out as long as you're on this team. Yes, everybody would agree that you should be fully committed to an organization whenever they're paying you that kind of money. But to say, oh, no, we're going to be the ones that tell you what to do medically, that's a big gap to bridge.
Well, there's a big gap there now that he's not played for 2 years basically and has made $40 million.
Wants that. Neither did AJ Green. He wants out of New Orleans. AJ Green wanted out of Cincinnati, and it's the same playbook. They're doing the same thing.
Well, I'd cut his ass.
And what happened to AJ Green? He got cut.
And he's out with COVID.
Problem is, Cincinnati or the New Orleans didn't realize what Michael Thomas was doing.
Right.
So,
and the COVID shot deal. Everybody has a right to get a shot or not a shot, but there's a lot of people having to do it for work. If someone's paying you $20 million a year, and the deal is to have the COVID shot, then you get the fucking shot.
No.
Well, you don't have to. That's what I'm saying. It's easy. It's a freedom. You don't have to do that.
But you're saying that if they play for an organization, the organization should dictate that you're going to take the shot. I'm paying you $20 million, you're taking that shot.
Well, if it's going to keep you from not playing like Aaron Rodgers this week, because it's the stupidest rule. I'm agreeing with Aaron Rodgers on this. I don't think they should take a shot.
No, you're not. Earlier you said that they should have carte blanche on their medical stances, including COVID.
I think they should. I do, for that reason. But that doesn't mean that I can't agree with Aaron Rodgers for not doing it.
You're talking out of both sides of your mouth.
No.
Is he not, Jacob? Is he talking out of both sides of his mouth or not?
I respect him.
Yes.
Sure. I guess, I don't know. I just think that, with the COVID shot, it's not going to keep you from getting COVID. Now, it might keep your symptoms down to where you can play the next week. I don't know. I'm a firm believer. Like, if your employer says you got to take a shot or you don't come to work, you probably take it and go to work so you can make your money and do your business. And again, I'm going to talk out of both sides of my mouth. I don't know that you should force anybody to do it, but those are decisions you have to make,
You're not forcing them. You're giving them that option. If you don't want to get the shot, don't come to work. That's what I'm saying. That's the NFL's paying him $20 million a year. If you don't, or $35 million a year. Listen, if you don't want to make $35 million and you don't want to, but this is the rules that we're going by the company. Same with marijuana drug testing. You know, if you in Colorado, if you work somewhere that says you can't smoke marijuana, you can go get a job somewhere else and smoke pot. It's legal, but you can't do it while you're working for FedEx.
But so what if Michael Thomas? He waited until June to have this surgery. What if in his mind he said, "I'm gonna see if I can rehab this, and not get cut on"? So, I mean, and now you're saying if it's the organization should force him to get cut on in March.
Yeah.
When Michael Thomas says, no, there's a shot that I could just rehab this and I don't have to have surgery.
Again, I'm paying you $20 million. I own your ass for 3 years.
You're fucking crazy.
Well, that's
you're not making any sense. You're talking out of both sides of your mouth.
What part of my mouth? He can walk away from it. He has that freedom. I didn't say he has to do it, but if you want to work for me, yes, you do. If I'm paying you $1 million every fucking time we do a podcast, then by God, I'm going to make your ass be here.
No.
Yeah, I am.
Do the picks.
Okay.
Before I slap the shit out of you.
That ain't happening.
I mean, Andy, you mean he's not paying you $1 million?
No, far from it.
If we got to that point, then we'd both be pretty damn happy, I'm telling you right now.
Yeah. No.
If I could make $100,000 an episode, I'd be more than happy to give Andy $1 million per podcast. I would 10 times more. I don't care.
What?
I would pay you 10 times more than I made. If I was making $100,000 off each one of these episodes, I'd be more than happy to pay you $1 million. I don't care about the money.
How the fuck does that? Where are you going to get the $1 million from if we're only making $100K?
Never mind. Just forget it.
Just forget it.
Okay, here we go. First pick. Andy's winning. Andy's got a better margin than I have, and I have got a worse margin than the guest. So I'm in last place.
You're in last now?
Yep.
Looky there, Jacob.
I did horrible last week. Last week
I did too, though.
I went 6-10. Andy went 9-8, and Logan went 9-7.
How the fuck is that possible? Because in my pick'em that we do with the podcast,
I'd pick it completely different.
5-11 or some shit. I did terrible.
And I done really good in it. Mm-hmm. Okay, here we go.
Let's do it.
Jets and Colts.
Where are they playing?
Indy. You seriously? Well, I guess they beat Cincinnati, so I guess it could be.
Indy.
I'm taking Indy.
I'm going to go Indy, too.
The Browns and the Bengals from the 1990s that played last week are playing this week, so who are we taking? This used to be the ugliest game in football, Cleveland versus Cincinnati.
I'm going to take Cincinnati. I think they're going to get right after they fuck me in the survivor pool.
Fuck. Odell's holding out now, basically. They're fixing to cut his ass, which he don't matter, but he's just a fucking distraction. I think the Bengals are just better. I'm going to take the Bengals.
Okay.
I'm going to go to the Browns. I think Baker Mayfield played pretty well last week. He almost won that game, so.
They're a lot better football team when Odell is in Italy or somewhere.
Yeah. There's a good chance he's going to be, too.
They should just cut him. He's a real distraction and cancer.
Yeah, he is. And now his dad's out tweeting shit about how Baker's missed him on these passes and all this shit. Well, I had him last week, and I started his ass, and he caught one fucking pass. So, fuck you, Odell.
Ooh.
Broncos at Dallas.
Dallas.
Well,
go ahead, Jeff. I'm sorry.
I take Dallas every fucking week.
Is
Broncos
Dak playing?
Oh, Dak's playing, and the Broncos. It's one of them typical deals. Dallas always catches. No Christian McCaffrey now. No Von Miller. So, I don't think that have made much difference, anyways. Dallas should win. I'm taking Dallas.
Yeah, I'm taking Dallas in that one. Denver's awful offensively.
That's my lock of the week.
The Texans at the Dolphins.
Who's the favorite here?
The Dolphins.
I'm going to go Dolphins.
I'm taking Miami.
I don't love that.
That's an awful game to pick. Both teams are. Can both of them? Can we pick none?
Can we do a push?
I think I'm going to go Miami too.
And Miami last year really improved at the end of the year. They were the last half of the season. They were a damn good football team. They're fucking horrible. Atlanta at Nolans.
I'm going to go Atlanta. I don't know why, but,
Who's quarterbacking this week?
Taysom Hill.
He is for sure going to quarterback this week.
Well, I mean.
Did you see where Phillip Rivers has reached out to New Orleans if they would be interested in bringing him in? He would be interested. His wife must be pregnant again. Got to pay for another mouth to feed.
He does have about 14 kids.
No shit, I'm telling you. I'm gonna have to take New Orleans.
That's smart.
I'm gonna go with New Orleans too on that one.
God almighty, Taysom Hill versus Matt Ryan, and that's something we think about. That's how bad Matt Ryan has gotten.
Yeah.
And Calvin Ridley, what about him?
Stepped away. Mental health. But you own his ass, Jeff, so you pay him $7 million a year. So
if a fucker's crazy, that's a different deal.
They're all a little crazy.
What do you think's going on with him? Suicidal tendencies?
Jeff, the way you grasp at straws, he could have gotten a backpack from an old man. I don't know.
You think he's?
I mean, you got to respect it though, because he's pretty much at the top of his game. If he's got some problems bad enough, he needs to get them taken care of. I guess kudos to him for doing it. But
well, can you imagine being the guy having to write that check each week though? And every week you sign that check, and you're like, motherfucker, $750,000 every freaking week to a guy that's, in a straitjacket somewhere. That'd suck. I mean, that'd be a tough deal.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I said, you got to wonder what's going on to make him walk away from all that money and everything that's going on right now, for sure.
It's been a bad week to be Alabama wide receivers.
Yes, it has.
Okay.
Ooh.
Speaking of that, Las Vegas versus the New York Giants in the Meadowlands, or wherever the fuck they play at now.
Vegas.
I'm taking the Giants. That's my upset. That's going to be a lot of shit going on the Raider boys got to put up with this week.
I'm actually going with the Giants, too, as much as it hurts me. But I'm going with them.
I feel really bad for that kid. I feel bad for the family of the person who passed away. A girl. I feel horrible for her family. I feel bad for that kid to be so fucking stupid, to have life by the balls forever, and to piss it away over fucking getting in a car. 157 miles an hour is how fast that car was going right before that crash. It hit it at 127.
He was going 157.
Yeah.
Yep.
I've never
I
rode
don't feel
100.
bad for him at all.
I've never been in something that didn't have wings on it that was going 157 miles an hour. I feel bad for the whole situation because he did not mean to kill someone, but I feel bad that he done something so fucking stupid to ruin his life.
Alec Baldwin didn't mean to kill anybody, but it still happened.
Alec Baldwin's deal's less of an accident than this kid's is, I think.
Less of an accident than this kid's?
Here we go. This kid got in a vehicle and done something really stupid. I don't think Alec Baldwin realized the gun was loaded, is what I'm saying.
Yes. I agree with you. Yes, Henry Ruggs was way more
fucking stupid.
They should bury him under the jail. String him up by his nutsack.
Yeah. Absolutely nothing. To throw away a whole life that two families lost everything over that. That's just dumb.
He was drinking too, right?
Yeah, he was twice the legal limit.
0.16 or something.
Twice the legal limit.
And I think he's supposed to be a really good kid. He's never been in trouble. I don't know nothing. Someone's going to say back he was slinging crack on the street somewhere. I don't have a clue.
Stupid.
Just fucking dumb. And fucking the days of Uber. Nobody should get a DWI these days. It's not that fucking hard not to. Okay. This is the longest football podcast ever. Pats at Panthers.
Patriots. PJ Clemens or some shit's quarterbacking for the Panthers this week. So.
Is he going to start for sure?
Yes.
It's PJ. What is that fucker's name? Anyways, he was the quarterback at Temple when Matt Rule was the head coach there. He's not a bad ball player. I'm taking New England also.
Yeah, I'm going New England too.
And the game of the week, in my lock, the Bills and the Jags. I'm taking the Bills.
Bills.
Yeah, I'm going to really go out on a limb and make that my lock too.
Hey, there's no pride in this at all.
It's all about catching the goat.
Minnesota against Baltimore.
Baltimore.
This is the game that the Minnesota usually ends up winning when you don't think that they're going to have a chance in hell at. I'm going to make that. No, I'm just going to pick them to win.
I'm going to go Baltimore. Kirk Cousins. I mean, that dude, when it comes down to it, he is just a born loser. I hate to say it.
He does not.
He left the Redskins because I always love watching him cough up a game to the Cowboys at least once a year. So
he did too. Isn't that sad? That's what you're going to be known for. Like
that's
all
what
the big
Matthew
games.
Stafford was known for until he went to L.A.
Yeah, I don't know. Kirk Cousins just has a way of fucking it up.
Oh, he's horrible at the end when it counts. Okay. The Chargers versus the Eagles in Philadelphia.
Chargers.
I can't take the Philly. Jalen Hurts looks like a big dog turd also.
Yeah, he's awful. I'm going with the Chargers in that one.
And the Green Bay Packers at the Kansas City Chiefs.
I'm going to go with Green Bay. Even though Rodgers is out, Patrick Mahomes look like shit, so...
I'm taking Green Bay also.
Oh, wow.
The defense. If the Giants...
I mean, go ahead. I'm going to go Kansas City, but just out of sheer spite for the Packers, to be honest.
Well, here's the thing. Giants' defense is getting better. I'll give them that. They really are. Green Bay has a really good defense. Patrick Mahomes looks fucking horrible. Travis Kelce, someone stole Frank Gallagher's brain and stuck it in Travis Kelce's, I guess, or heart, because he ain't playing football no more at all. I think the age finally caught up to him, which means this week he'll have 15 catches for 300 yards and 7 touchdowns probably. But
boy, I sure need it. I took him number 1 overall in both leagues.
Woof.
I mean, I think Mahomes is good. I think if he would just simplify it and quit trying to do no-look passes and being so fancy and running around. I mean, he just needs to play football. He's a good football player. He just, I don't know, either that or everybody's just figured him out. And it happens to everybody at some point. But
Rodgers said the third year is your toughest year because there's enough footage on you. And this is his 4th year, isn't it?
I think so.
But somewhere in that 3 to 4 year range is when they've got the tape on you. And you know, you got to adapt. You got to come up with new shit to do.
Their problem, or not their problem, is what I, from looking at the game last week, they did that first drive against the Giants, and they did timing routes, little quick things to quick hitters the whole way, went all the way down the field, and then they got a deflected pass for a touch, interception, not a big deal. Then they intercepted the ball and got the ball right back. But then after that, they got off script to doing that shit. And they started doing that razzle-dazzle bullshit.
Because the first 15 plays are scripted.
That's
you
right.
Run it all week in practice. You know what your first 15 plays are going to be. After that, you get punched in the mouth.
They maybe need to just keep doing the 15 plays over and over
Do
and
them
over
over
again.
and over again. Stop me, bitch.
Yep. Okay, Arizona at San Francisco. Arizona's favored on the road.
Arizona.
I'm taking San Francisco.
I've not done an upset, have I? Done a lock, but not an upset.
Nope.
Okay.
so for my boy John Manuel, I'm picking the 49ers, and that's my upset for the week.
Oh, John's going to get a kick out of that. He hadn't done any of our little fast-talking ones lately. I missed those. Those are funny.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Tennessee, this would have been a great game if King Henry was still playing. Tennessee with a 34-year-old Adrian Peterson.
36.
He's 36?
Yep.
He's got 6 more years to go just to catch Frank Gore against the L.A. Rams.
And I'm assuming the Rams are favored?
Yes.
Rams.
I'm taking the Rams.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Rams in that one, too. If they had Henry, that would be a real good game, but I think the Rams are going to beat them without Henry.
Tannehill's a good quarterback, and he's got Julio Jones and A.J. Brown, but he also has been having to not deal with a lot of double coverage because they got to watch the run all the time. It's going to change the way teams play defense against him.
Yeah.
He's going to get a lot of deep safety looks now.
I mean, you want to talk about comeback players. That guy was down and out for sure.
Oh, yeah, he was sucking hind tit.
Yes.
And Miami has done nothing but try to find a quarterback since he left.
Mm-hmm.
He was always winning in the hot wife category, though. I know that.
Oh, she's smoking hot. What happened to Marcus Mariota? Is he still with the Raiders as a backup?
I don't know.
So, I think that's where he was the last time I saw him.
He's a better quarterback than Taysom Hill. He's a better quarterback than Tyler Hinkey or whatever it is at Redskins.
Taylor.
He's a better quarterback than Jalen Hurts, probably.
No.
I think so.
He looked like shit.
Well,
his accuracy has always been a problem. He's always had some legs, but his accuracy is awful.
Yeah.
Well, if they can pull the racism crap on Kaepernick, it's they don't like Hawaiians playing quarterback is what my deal is because he's better than a lot of the guys that are in the NFL, I think, that are starting. But I think he's happy at the Raiders making $5 million a year being a backup.
Fuck yeah, I would too.
Okay, last game. Monday Night Football. The Chicago Bears at the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Ooh.
I'm assuming Pittsburgh's favored.
Yes.
Chicago, that's my upset.
I'm going to take Pittsburgh just because I like James Washington, even though he don't ever get to play anymore.
You know what? I'm going to pick Chicago just for my hate of the Pittsburgh. Probably going to lose that game, but I'm just going to pick them out of sheer hate. Sometimes you got to go with it.
Well, do me a favor. Go by Permane Brothers and have a sandwich for me one time because I'd like to try one of them myself one day. Have you ever had one?
For sure. One. I mean, I used to have them once a week. I'm trying to be a little less fat, so I've stayed away from there. So, but it's pretty. I mean, it's an acquired taste. They slam French fries and coleslaw and tomatoes, but it's and when you've had a few adult beverages at 1 o'clock in the morning in the South Side, that's money right there for sure.
Hey, where was that at Aaron Donald? It wasn't Aaron Donald, come to find out, but it was during the off season. Somebody said that Aaron Donald knocked him out somewhere in Pittsburgh. Was it kind of? Is there like a bar strip there that everybody goes to?
So there's a strip down there called the South Side. And it is, you got probably 30, 40 bars in a row. Mm-hmm. There's always fights. And, I mean, it's generally just a street of debauchery pretty much. They've tried to fix it up, but it's never going to happen unless they close all those bars. But it's a pretty rough, I mean, a lot of drunks and a lot of late nights don't go, you know, what do they say? Nothing good happens after midnight. So
yeah, that's but you've been down there before?
Oh yeah, for sure. I've definitely been doing bad things after midnight down there, but it's I mean it's fun. It's just gotten a lot rougher the last. When I first moved here, it wasn't quite as bad, but it's gotten a lot rougher down there for sure.
Really? Huh.
Yeah.
That life ain't for me. I'd be a nervous wreck. I'd be like, give me back to the fucking hotel room.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I live far enough from the city. I'm 20 minutes away, so I don't go too often. I like the city. There's a lot of fun stuff to do, but I like to get back out to my house and get away from it too. So
yeah, I don't blame you at all. All right,
we appreciate you being on here. You have a good evening. Look forward to it. Best of luck to your Dallas Cowboys. I hope to heck y'all make the playoffs and get beat in the first round. But anyways, man can
definitely happen. I appreciate y'all having me on, boys. Good luck the rest of the season.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. You have a good day. God bless you.
Bye.
Mr. Jacob Britton.
Week 9.
Good man.
Tell you what, my fantasy team has got to turn around, and it's got to turn around in a hurry.
Well.
Got not a lot of time to do it in, and I'm sucking hind tit.
Well, losing Aaron Rodgers did not help. But luckily you have some quarterbacks. Matter of fact, you got Schittsburg's quarterback.
I'm bred for this, Jeff.
That's right.
I'm forged in adversity. Speaking of which, we can talk about it on the next podcast.
Right. Thank y'all for listening. God bless you, and good night.
Go look at all of our wonderful sponsors. Check out Shin Gear Waders. If you're needing a new pair of waders, which you probably are, check them out. Pacific Call, Steak Plains Meat, Dive Bomb Industries, Boss Shot Shells, Dirty Duck Coffee, Lucky Duck, Looking Glass Duck Club Podcast, Gun Dog Outdoors, Goose Creek Retrievers, Bangtail Whiskey, Eyesight Drones, Stanfield Hunting Outfitters.